going through the chestnut in my Hey. Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all. Who know about the Isley brothers? My Pandora, stay on the Isley. That's the music right there. I don't know about this new stuff. I don't understand what they're saying. The Isleys. Hey, hey, hey. I just want to thank everybody for coming back out to see me. Let's talk about it with my Linda Rise High Radio. So good, so good. I'm in a good mood. I'm in a good spirit. The energy is good today. Energy is good. So I'm kind of waiting on more people to come, and because today's topic is about mindfulness. And that's why I really wanted to play that song at the beginning, so you guys can actually be mindful of what's playing. That's the key thing. So I wanted y'all to hear the song and really listen to the instrumental and the music and really focus on, not that I'm going live right now, but the music that was playing. So I'm hoping everybody is doing good and having a good energy on tonight, being blessed, loving on each other, loving on yourselves. Remember last week we were talking about self-care, so I hope people have been practicing self-care, loving on yourself, not thinking that it's a selfish thing, but it is what's needed for your being. Practicing those daily affirmations, letting yourself know that you can do it, and this is going to be a good day, and you're not going to fail, and nobody's going to get on my nerves today. I'm not going to cuss nobody out today. You gotta give yourself those things, just to confirm it for yourself. Like, I got this, I got today. Before I go live, I usually take about 40 minutes, at least try to take 40 or 30 minutes just to be mindful. Make sure you share this live too, so If you are tuned in, go ahead and share it so other people can also listen to this live as well. So tap that share button. Y'all know I'm goofy, right? Pretty goofy. Even though I'll be talking about some serious stuff, I'm goofy. Always been goofy. But I try to stay positive with my goofiness. No matter how old I am or how old I get, I will always be a little silly. So once again, if you're in on this live right now, go ahead and hit the share button and go ahead and share it out so other people can tune in as well. So today, we're talking about mindfulness. Mindfulness. If you know, if you want anything to be talked about or discussed, go ahead and drop it in the comments so I can look at it later to see what you were talking about or what you want to be discussed in the near future. I know because for me, you know, I have topics that I want to talk about, but I also want to hear what my viewers want to discuss too. And that's the purpose of this live, is to be interacting with people. So that's why I gave it a little time for other people to get in, and I'm asking everybody to share it as well, so we can have a nice conversation about important events. That's why this show is called Let's Talk About It. So let's talk about it. Let's agree to disagree as humans do, right? So once again, drop your topics or what you want to hear on this show. It can be anything, you know, this is my show, so I can talk about whatever I want to talk about. So it could be anything. I know coming up in March, I got a couple interviews. I got some interviews with some business owners, some nonprofit CEOs, some artists. So get ready for that. And my March is going to be on fire, because my March is going to be interviewing some good people. So I can't wait. I can't wait for that. I got my son back there playing that game. He be just so hyper. Like, I don't think I was that hyper off of Super Nintendo. Maybe I was when I beat a couple levels. Maybe I was. That Donkey Kong, Super Nintendo, Mario, yeah, I was excited. I threw a joystick one time. My mom got upset. She was like, "Girl, I didn't pay all this money for you to destroy stuff." So, sorry, Mama. Mary J. So once again, like I said, the topic is about mindfulness. So the first thing that mindfulness is about is living in the moment. We are living in this moment right now. This live is the moment, and this is the moment that we're living in. So being conscious of the presence, dealing with your presence. Understand that, you know, we can get thrown off a lot because of all the stuff that we have to deal with, whether it be our kids and, you know, our work, so on and so forth. But make sure that you live in that present moment. That helps with the natural essence of what you're trying to refresh for yourself, refreshing your thoughts and your thought process. So being in that moment, analyzing the beauty of things right now. So if I can analyze the beauty of something, I would say this is a nice little setup right here. I'm living in the present moment. So being conscious of your presence or your present moment. The present moment and being mindful in that present moment does not mean that you think about what happened an hour before or what's going to happen an hour in the future. You think about what's happening right now. That's being mindful, thinking about the positive things that's around you, thinking about the trees and I don't know, the keys on the laptop. Just being mindful of the small things that we kind of overlook because we're moving so fast. That's being mindful in that present moment. So I just got a new lamp. So I'm looking at this lamp right now. It's not too bad, you know. Okay. Well, it's going. Anyways, it's a beautiful lamp. So I'm looking at the things on there, the little glittery things. So that's being mindful too. Kind of, I never really actually looked at it until now. But that's being mindful too. Admiring that furniture you just bought. Admiring your clothes or your outfit you just got. That's being mindful, living in that moment. Okay. Stop listening to those negative people that surround you. I'm going to always talk about decreasing the negative energy around you. Always. In every episode that I do. So don't allow people to dilute your presence and your present moment of what you're doing, because people can kill your thought process. So you be like, what is you even? Ugh. You know, so don't allow people to dilute your thought process. Okay, start doing what you like. I talked about that too. Start doing what you like to do, and just do it in that moment. I'm a spontaneous person, and sometimes it gets me into trouble, and sometimes it allows me to appreciate a whole lot of things. So being spontaneous, but being cautious. Be cautious. And doing what you want to do. Make that wish list of what you wish to do before the month is out. So making a wish list. The second thing is accepting the things that accept the things as they are. Like I said before, we cannot change things. We cannot change people. The only people that can change people is themselves, right? So if I don't want to do it, I'm not going to do it. Dealing in mental health. So if I'm not going to take my medicine, if you could tell me to take my medicine all the time, but I'm not going to do it. If I don't want to stop drinking, then I'm not going to do it. Smoking, so on and so forth. So accepting those things as they are and understanding that you can't change. All you can do is kind of add some support or add a positive feeling to that person. And that's all you can really do. Thinking about the process also. So accepting that process of being mindful. Now, we all know the process is the most horrible space to be in. Oh, that was an ugly face. But the process of any goal, anything, the process is a horrible space to be in. But I'm going to tell you right now, the process produces growth, it produces maintenance, and it produces discipline. So even though that process space or, processing what's going on, even though it's not so comfortable to be in, it's producing all these things about yourself, all these things that you never even knew you had or never even thought you liked. That's what's so good about the process space, but it's so uncomfortable. It's so uncomfortable. In that process space, you also kind of realize your gifts. Like, I didn't know that I could draw this good, or I didn't know that I could sing. I used to sing back in the day, but now I can't. Used to be in the choir too, but that's neither here nor there. That's another episode. But doing that process space is you learn, or you kind of learn the gifts that you have, and being in that process space too, because it's so is so hard and it's so draining. You want to be around those positive people too. So being mindful about the process space and understanding what you need in that process space, okay? The third thing is being visual, visualization. So sometimes just close your eyes and just think about where you want to be and each step that you want to do to reach that goal. Now, I know it sounds corny. I know it sounds corny, but it works. I guarantee it works. When you get in a quiet space and close your eyes and think about where you want to go, it works. And you become a little bit more clear on where you want to go. During this process of, the closing the eyes and meditating, you're also transferring your mind, or transitioning your mind. You're kind of changing the perception of the way you view things as well. So when you close your eyes and when you really think about what you want to do in life and what goals you want to accomplish, you're changing your perception on how you view things too. You're changing it into a more positive way as well. You're changing it into, you're thinking of positive things like, oh, I can do this, I can do this. All I got to do is go up here and speak with this academic advisor, and then I'm in school, and then I'm going to take these classes because I want to be this lawyer, I want to be this social worker, or I want to be this doctor, or I want to be this school teacher. So closing your eyes and really thinking about what you want, it helps. And I know it sounds corny. I wouldn't tell you nothing wrong. I wouldn't tell you nothing that I haven't already practiced. Number 4 is mindful eating. And this is another corny one. So actually thinking about the things that you actually eat, actually enjoying the old saying, savoring the flavor. So actually savor the flavor. Like, those onions in here is good, or they added too much pepper in it, or they could have had a little bit more sage in this dressing. So really being mindful of your food and what you take in, and actually focusing on those taste buds. That's mindfulness too. That matters. All these things of mindfulness, it decreases stress, okay? And it allows your thought process to think a little bit better and a little bit more positive. Once again, I wouldn't tell you nothing wrong. The 5th thing is start your day off without gadgets. What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? Don't worry, I'll wait. What's the first thing you do when you wake up in the morning? I know. You ain't gonna say nothing. I know. You get on that phone. You check that Facebook. You check them emails. Or I ain't checking no emails in the morning. Wait till I get to work. You turn on that TV. You watch the news. Try to see what's going on. You always have a gadget. So being mindful is the first thing that you pick up. Don't pick up a gadget. Meditate. This is a good time to close them eyes and think about the future and what you want. Meditation is the first thing that you need to be doing when you wake up in the morning. And I don't mean meditate for no 5 minutes. Meditate. Really get deep in those thoughts and try to change your perception about life before you start your day. because I know I'm guilty of it. That's the first thing I do when I wake up. Where my phone? Or that's a tablet. That's my phone. I'm looking for my phone. Where my phone? The alarm going off. I'm looking for my phone. So I'm guilty of that too. And practice. That's why these are called practicing. Meditate. And I actually started this last week. Instead of picking up my phone, I was meditating. I was thinking, I was closing my eyes, and I was actually thinking and manipulating my thoughts to be more positive for the rest of the day. My coworker says, when you get quiet, girl, I worry about you. Hey, sometimes quietness helps you to get your thoughts together. Because everybody know I'm a goof troop. I love laughing. But sometimes you have to just be quiet. Just be quiet. Okay, the sixth thing is focus on your weak points. How many don't want to visit those weak points? Hello. I know what I'm weak in. Why I gotta revisit them? I could tell you why. It's because it's going to help you be a better person. Okay? And when you revisit those weak points, don't have no negative people around you telling you like, girl, I told you that you were bad at this. Girl, no. Man, I told you. No, I don't need that. Absolutely not. What I need is somebody to say, well, yeah, you got this. So if you're going to do this, I got your back with this. Or if you're going to do this, yeah, I'll follow you. Share those problems with people that actually are relieving the stress and not adding to the stress. Okay? So that's being mindful too, really focusing on your weak points and trying to attack them as much as possible. Hey. What happened to Black Street? That was the jam. No, baby, no. Okay. Seventh thing is taking small steps. Okay? Literally. Small steps. Okay? Really thinking about where you're walking. Taking small steps to go see your boss down the hallway. Taking small steps into your kid's school. Taking small steps when you actually go exercise. Slow and steady always wins the race. When you walk that slow, you're really thinking about, you're really conscious and you're really mindful about the situation and what you're doing. Okay? Do y'all remember that? I don't know if everybody did it, or you step on a crack, you break your mama's back. We really was focused on not stepping on that crack. We really was. So I guess we were studying mindfulness before we even knew what it was. And then we're like, oh, we made it. We ain't step on no cracks. So, being really cautious and aware of your steps and what you're doing, that's also being present in that moment. The eighth thing is waiting patiently. Not good at it. I'm absolutely not good at it. Pray for me, okay? I cannot. So, but waiting patiently is understanding, calming your thoughts down, getting your thought process calmed down. This is really hard for me, because So this is hard for me to do. And I know if it's hard for me, it's hard for a lot of other people. So concentrating on being patient with people, patient with yourself. I talked about that before, being patient with yourself, being patient with the process of things, and being patient once again with your thoughts. And what can help is a technique of breathing. That may sound corny too, but trust me, it helps. When you take those deep breaths, that oxygen that's being flowed to your brain and causing for you to think better. Sometimes it's just scientific. It's what you do. It's your body. It's how it operates. When you breathe in and out and that oxygen is flowing to your brain like it's supposed to, better thoughts come. That's just the way it goes, okay? The ninth thing is, and I only got 10 of these, guys. The ninth thing is freeing yourself from the distracted thoughts. So that breathing technique, that's going to help you to free yourself. That meditation that we're going to do in the morning, is y'all with me? That meditation we're going to do in the morning is helping you from freeing your thoughts. Those negative people that we're not being around, those is going to help you free your negative thoughts or distracting thoughts, okay? Being quiet sometimes, quiet, that's going to help you with distracting thoughts. So all those things that I just named off, those are the things that you need to do to be mindful of distraction of negative thoughts, okay? Don't allow a negative thought to overpower your whole brain and your whole way of thinking. And then there you go. You're just upset all day from one negative thought. When you could have just eliminated that by meditating immediately, by being around a positive person, and by breathing. You could have just eliminated that. And the 10th thing is end the day with on a positive note. On a positive note. If it's your daily affirmation that you're going to read that again at the end of the day. If it's that person that you call that person. If you want to read something funny, end it on a positive note. Go to bed with positive thoughts. And I know it's so hard being an adult. Trust me, I know it's so hard because we're thinking about this here, this bill, this thing. You're thinking about all these things that we have to do, literally have to do, because we are adults. But I want you to find that one thing that kind of triggers your mind to think automatically positive. And you use that at the end of the night so it can help you to be more calm. And of course, it's going to decrease your stress when you go to bed. Don't waste those stressful thoughts when positive thoughts can be in there. Okay? So, I love y'all. I love y'all. Oh, that's that Jodeci. That's that Jodeci. Jodeci was, hey. Jodeci was, I loved Jodeci when I was growing up. So once again, I appreciate you guys for tuning in and for sharing. Once again, if you are listening to this, I need you to hit the share button so people can get this information of 10 ways of being mindful, practicing mindfulness, and also get a good laugh because I'm goofy, I'm silly. So every Saturday at 7 a.m., let's talk about it with me. So once again, share. Rise High Radio on Wednesdays. We have our amateur station where if you're an artist or have a talent that you can go ahead and email us and send your stuff in. We play music 24/7, risehighradio.com. And if you don't have Facebook, it's always streaming live from our website, risehighradio.com. Once again. So I appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you guys next time. Share, share, share. Share, share, share. Let's talk about it with me.